Hello, everyone. We're
Well,
having a little bit of technical issues today, but we're getting going.
it is a day that ends in Y.
I am also not used to having a
uh,
guest on, so
Hello, I am here and scary. Uh,
yeah. Final Fantasy 16. It's out. It's on PC now. I can play it finally. Clicked on gameplay. Guest with me, fellow streamer, and then the Tholf.
Hello, I am here to watch, and I this has been a game I've been curious about as well, and we kept saying that we were gonna do this, but with Final Fantasy 13 on my stream, and then I think I I think it was just I had not a strong enough computer at the time, right?
I think we got started and we just like lost interest or like got busy with other things.
Yeah, I want to say my computer couldn't run it very well along with stream stuff. Like, it worked enough for us to do, like, an episode or 2, but I just got so tired of having to deal with the slowdowns and stuff that got worse as we went on. Like, I wanna say, like, the first area was fine-ish, and then, like, as we got to, like, the more open spots, it was just really bad.
Poem.
Yeah. I still do wanna do that at some point, though.
Still extremely down for that.
I just want, cause I wanna play through it all, cause I want to remind myself how the first 2 games were, cause I wanna play through Lightning Returns with someone that's already played it, so they can constantly reassure me, no, it's okay. You don't have to worry about the timer. Just please keep playing.
Yeah.
Literally every person I know that's played that game, and I've expressed the problem that the timer stresses me out too much, has told me, do not worry, it becomes less prevalent later. But my brain is like, but it's there now, and I'm scared.
Probably explain this. Actually, like, get an ability to super stop the clock whenever you want.
Yeah.
It, like, trick of it is that you have basically to do that. And, to do that, you have to fight. And so it's like incentivizing you to do fights because otherwise, a lot of reason to do the fights, which that's part of why I really like, I could go on
Right.
and on about that. Playing that right now.
Also true. I also need to play through 15 at some point.
Name.
I just I have the same problem with 15 that I had with Xenoblade Chronicles. Um, there is too much to do, and my ADHD brain is like, my ADHD and OCD brain combine to be like, well, I have to clear out every single side quest before I do anything else. It's why I don't play long RPGs often, because there's too much, and my brain is like, I have to do every single thing right now. Hey, don't play games that way. It's bad. It sucks. I really liked 13 as a game. Why did I just get owned? Okay, I got owned. My thing about 13 was that every combat situation, especially the bosses, were essentially just a puzzle, and it made it really fun for me. And I don't remember why or how I thought that. Like I struggle to remember details when it comes to things. I tend to remember feelings, like how something made me feel. Um, the combat in 13 made me go like, oh, these are just all puzzles. Like every interaction in combat is a puzzle, and it just felt fun to me. Um, yeah, I can't remember any other details. Also, I remember Saj, and Saj was cool, and I probably pronounced his name bad.
Yeah, I very much like that 13 had puzzle based encounters. Because they
Like, have
just
we finished compiling all the shaders?
I just like that
Yay!
cursor for the
Ooh, Echoes of the Fallen.
when I played the demo, and neither was the stream.
And I also have not played the demo. Everyone says that you should go. There's a demo, and I'm like, I should play it, and then I didn't.
Game. Need to at some point get a mic stand that would make things more comfortable.
Are you just holding your microphone, or
The stream microphone is on my desk, so I have to like lean really close forward to it.
I did not know you had a stream Discord. Let me fix that.
Just like had it, and it was just kind of there because I was like still waiting to get my stream more like finalized, but at this point I just need to like start going on stream stuff and finalized later.
That's fair. I very made a Discord for my streams before like I had any idea of what it was going to be.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it's like when I first started streaming, I was like, all right, if I want to get affiliate, I need to tick all the bucket list things off. I need to have a schedule. I need to have a Discord. I need to have uh video games. I
Yeah.
don't remember what else is on that list.
Feel like I should have had this on the solid state. Did not know the loading times are going to be this bad.
It's probably just the initial ones,
Maybe.
but yeah, a thing we can fix for next week.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how I will get room on the solid state though.
By unstating some of the solidness.
It was Moss the Chronicler who said that the land of Valisthea is blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals, and that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness.
Usually that's what the sun
What
does.
they saw in the light gave rise to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
You played the Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 16 crossover thing?
I don't think I did. I don't think I was around when it happened.
Specifically came back because I saw they were running. Like, oh, I need to get the like mountain stuff.
Nothing will be as cool as the car mount, probably.
Yeah. I like the cosmetics that came with Final Fantasy. It's like the Final Fantasy 16 character's outfit. Started using one of the cosmetic pieces for my Reaper.
Nice.
This intro reminds me a lot of Ashura's Wrath.
I was thinking of either that or Nier Automata had a, because Nier Automata's like had that little shooting section at the very beginning of.
Yeah, but that one you're actually like moving around. This one I'm just attacking and dodging.
Fair.
Computer still does not like part of the intro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it was just on my end on the Discord stream or if it was.
No, it's
Your...
like completely frozen for me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Which it did this even without OBS on, so like.
It's just hard. Yeah.
And I think it's just this little bit of the intro, like the top and like.
That's fair.
Hopefully it'll.
Enjoy this slideshow.
Hopefully it'll smooth out once I get past this. If not, I can update my graphics drivers because the game already yelled at me for not having up-to-date graphics drivers. Hopefully that'll help for next session. If not, I can always tweak the graphics down and stuff. We have options.
Yeah. This is my favorite picture on the slideshow.
I very much enjoy this particular screen too, with the glowy down there.
Little eyeballs.
Yeah.
Those aren't eyeballs. Those are flame particles, aren't they? They just happen to be right next to each other.
I think there's an eye somewhere. I am not entirely sure.
Oh, we got a new picture. Fresh off the press.
It was not this bad when I played it on the demo, so
Well, you
OBS is
are,
yeah.
yeah, OBS, and you're also streaming to Discord, so I can see it more in time.
Yeah. Probably already tried to like lower the graphics probably before I booted up the game or hit new game.
Ugh.
Can't do anything until I get control back though, so apologies for more technical difficulties. There was a cutscene here. It's gone now.
We did it. We got past the chicken.
Yes.
Now we have more pictures to see.
The cutscene was Ifrit and Phoenix fighting and devastation.
And it was not their intention.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them? Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind. Let's get this done. Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern.
You don't know me. I'll focus if I wanna.
We don't have time for this.
Before
All
the
hell is
tutorial
about to
came
break
out.
loose. Time to move. We're just in time.
Ah.
after Final Fantasy was a realism based, or like a modern day realism Final Fantasy with magic and stuff. Now we have realism based fantasy.
I really like modern fantasy settings, and I wish we saw them more.
Agreed.
What?
Not so much a fan of like gritty realism fantasy, but
No, that less so, but just like
What do you mean you refuse?
I've always enjoyed like
Your swords for our cause. Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
I just like modern settings.
yeah.
Like we have so many like medieval fantasy type of things. It's just like I'm bored of that.
Yeah. I don't mind medieval fantasy settings if they do like the complete unrealistic stuff like older Final Fantasy games did.
Yeah.
Those have a weird sort of uncanny feel where they're trying to make like Final Fantasy but realism. It's something. But I have been told that theirs is like got a lot of the like political intrigue like Stormblood, so interested in that regard.
Gotcha.
Was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field. And when
Yeah,
he
it just came out on
does,
PC.
PC Final Fantasy 16.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them. Bugger their knights. What did you say? Should this citadel be allowed to fall, the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board. Which just leaves me. The Iron Blood will rule
Huge
the day
Kupo.
they set foot on Storm.
It's Kuka.
This game is over.
But we just got started. Oh, I guess the stream's over. Sorry, guys.
Well, it's a short game. I don't know why people complain about it so much other than it's short, I guess. But
I mean, I guess for like $60, that's not a lot of game there.
yeah, 70 on PS5.
you cock.
Excuse me?
Benedict.
I also run up to people and call them a dick.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost.
It is the first M-rated Final Fantasy game, so they decided to lean into Game of Thrones in all aspects.
Ah, I see. I've never actually seen Game of Thrones.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance.
Just know it's full of both sex and violence, so
Ah. But is there sexy violence or violent sex?
Violent sex, absolutely. At least in Game of Thrones. I don't know if there's going to be that in here,
Oh.
but
There's like here. You were like, yeah, for sure it's here. I'm like, oh, okay.
no, I don't know if that's here or not. Played an hour and 45 minutes of the demo, which is just chapter 1. Apparently, I didn't even finish it, so
Fair.
I got enough to be like, yeah, I understand where this is going. Don't need to play anymore. Wait for the game.
Fair enough.
And quick and deadly.
As always. Take the van.
Oh, see, it is a modern Final Fantasy. We're gonna ride in a van.
Oh
Wait.
boy.
Something's not right.
My favorite band.
Titan. So the Daleks finally grew tired of being slaughtered. Ha! And look who's here to greet the bastard. Come on.
Is that gonna be Shiva then, I take it?
Yeah. I am kind of intrigued by this game's like interpretation of the summons, where they're less so summons and more like chosen individuals of each like kingdom.
Oh, it's that's the guy from earlier. I
Yes.
see.
And our group has been sent to assassinate Shiva's dominant, who is currently Shiva. They just have the ability to turn into these things.
On
You don't get to die here, Wyvern. Move!
I get to choose when I die. It's kind of something that happens to people, you know.
Oh, you do. You had to sign up for it. You had to sign a contract. It was a big deal.
Right on top of us.
You played the Final Fantasy VII remake?
I have watched Katie play some of it.
But you at least know that there's like segments where you just kind of like walk forward and stuff happens.
Yep.
That's what's going on here. I'm looking forward and stuff is happening.
Yeah, I figured.
Which I mean, that's modern
It's-
video games. Like,
Yeah. That's been a thing since fucking Uncharted. at least.
yeah, and Uncharted
It's
is
the
really,
first example that my brain pulled is like, yes, it's Uncharted.
yeah. I mean, Uncharted's pulling from like Another World / Out of This World and like Flashback and like some of those games that were Prince of Persia, like some of those games that were trying to be like,
Oh man, Prince of Persia is a game that I should play at some point.
yeah.
I have watched other people play it, but I've never actually played it myself.
I don't fault video games for going for that because it does like when you're
It's a fun mix of gameplay and cinematics.
Yeah, when your suspension of disbelief hits, like it becomes enough where it's just like, oh, this is a very exciting sequence. I need to like just like dodge and weave, and like you're not actually like in danger most of the time. Sometimes you are, for depending on the game, but like it. I don't fault it. I understand it. I look forward to when we get past this era, but I don't know if we will at any point soon. But
I just think it's a good way to have a interactable cutscene.
yeah,
I do, however, I am glad that we're away from having QTEs in sequences like that. I feel like that's mostly died out.
yeah.
Um, because having to rewatch the entire sequence because you missed a QT at the end, not great, not ideal.
I mean, I think there are ways to do it where there's the QTE without like making it egregious, particularly like Asura's Wrath, the like best use of QTEs ever, because the QTEs are consistent for one thing. Like the character starting to do something, you know what button's coming up to push it because it's always the same sort of button, and they're the ones that match the gameplay too. And then
Yeah.
like on top of that, like failing a QTE doesn't fail the sequence. It just either causes dramatic tension to happen, which is already cool on its own, or like you will take damage for the upcoming fight.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Puppy. I'm about to done QTs, yeah. Spirit's Wrath is such a good video game. We watched a long play of it somewhere. I'd be down for watching that again sometime.
Just like stream it at some point because I love that game.
Hell yeah.
I think I need to do the combat training.
Yeah, if you remember how the game played, I don't care.
Yeah, like technically there's some like plot stuff that happens within it where it's like, you know, you're seeing your character like slow come into his own. Not super important.
Yeah.
Save us a little bit of time for.
That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise, including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
That was the main thing of like what the thing was, is that like that guy's saying like you're not going to be worthy of being a shield unless you can best me.
And so
like,
we did.
Yeah, the character development that happened during the.
Joshua, I was just tired. The Phoenix's flames are a gift. You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned.
Father's back.
Hey,
Make sure you cannot hear my fan, correct?
I'm not hearing it, but I'm also sitting directly next to my computer, which has a fan
Please,
very loudly.
this is for one such as you. I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy. Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
thank you, Your Grace. We live to serve.
You're... What? You can't hear it? Okay, good.
Joshua. You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm
Why
sorry.
is she covering her mouth to talk?
Good day to you,
Um,
Mother.
Come, Joshua.
assumption on that is that it's something to do. She's trying to remain dignified, but what she's talking about is not very dignified, so she's like trying to
Your Grace.
conceal that she is being queenly, I guess.
Ah, weird mannerism things that I do not understand.
Way to treat your
Yeah.
own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
We should join them.
This reminds me of a DS game that I want to revisit at some point. I don't remember what the name of it was, but like the thing was like you were, I think you were royalty, but you were born in a world where everyone can use magic without any magic, and so you were treated like shit by literally everyone.
Yeah, similar to this, you're the firstborn heir, and so they expect you to be the Phoenix, and you're not. Younger brother ended up being the Phoenix.
Mm.
The Phoenix is chosen dominant.
Rise, my friends.
Like,
Welcome
part
to
of the reason why
Father.
this intro rubs me wrong is that I am very tired of fantasy games where it's like, defend the crown and throne. It's like, I don't
Yes, Father.
want to.
Much
I am tired of fantasy games that do that. Make me someone that is liberating against crown and throne.
Quiet, Torgal. Stop it, boy.
Which, like,
Now.
I don't know if that's gonna factor in. It might. It would surprise me if it does, but
Father.
the intro so far is very much like, oh yes, king, royalty, good, yes, love all this. It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
The capital rejoices at your safe return.
I wish to kill and
Grace.
dethrone God, and that includes kings.
Yes.
War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Kind of my issue with Final Fantasy 15 as well, because you're like, you are the
Your Grace.
heir to the throne and all this, and it's like, I really would rather not.
Shields
Yeah.
dismissed.
Butterfly.
Torgal. Where do you think you're going? Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
Is trouble brewing?
I'm not sure. I need to speak with Father.
Let's get this.
Shiny.
The people I can talk to, and said anything interesting or my problem with games with towns, and why I'm glad that Final Fantasy 13 streamlined those out.
Make sure all the crystals are
Yeah.
Shift this lot before we lose the light.
Forgive me, my lord, but I need to finish inspecting these crystals.
Yeah, you do that.
give our soldiers no chance.
Thank you for the support.
Good as new.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess. Pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool. Did I say to speak? It was no trouble, really. Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day. Stand, please. Stand. I trust his good fortune will continue. Of course, if that is your lordship's wish. Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve. As do we all, my lord. As do we all. Come along now. Back to your duties.
Up. Uh-oh. Did you alt tab?
Stream's already been live for almost an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here for commercials real quick, and we'll be back.
Okay, makes sense. I'm going for my water then.
And we're back. Get back to it. There we go.
Okay. I also got some banana nut bread that my roommate made.
Banana bread? Hell yeah.
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
I think someone's hungry.
Okay. Thank you for the animal instinct button, I guess.
This war ends up dragging on. Best fill our bellies.
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it? There's Joshua.
Clive,
Are you worried about the war?
the soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
I know. Thank you, Clive.
Do you understand? The power of the Phoenix dwells within Joshua, and Joshua alone. If any ill should befall him, it will be on your head.
You have to press 2 whole buttons to open that door.
Yeah,
Gameplay.
it requires more effort to do, so I had to push a second button.
Good luck.
Bean.
Things are going well. Now I think we've had some technical difficulties, but they're smoothing out.
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Mother isn't here.
Do the territories
So
fare
it's
any
that
better?
cool dad, shitty mom. Got it.
Yeah.
Most lie under a pall of black. In just these few moons, the Blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
Fire flames.
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
The Iron Blood will not relinquish it easily. This will be a bitter fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I am sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength. And shut your mother up for good.
I like him at least.
I will do my
Yeah, but since this is Game of Thrones, I'm almost certain he's going to die.
Oh no, he's super dead. He is mega ultra dead.
That will be all. Rest.
But
We ride at dawn.
hey, at least he's not a jackass like this guy's mom.
Yeah.
King Red Shirt? Oh my god, you're right. He is wearing a red shirt.
I was gonna say, aren't we also wearing red? But I guess we're like covering it up. I don't know. Been a long day of running around town. Let's go to bed.
I mean, that's a mood, right? I talked to 2 people. My battery's empty. I'm gonna go rest now.
Yeah, same. Having to talk with family, especially, yeah.
Family, I can do like one family, and then I'm like, all right, I'm exhausted for the next 10 days. No more.
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days. Maybe 5.
Forever, because I'm dead.
And you will be taking Joshua.
Well, I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix. The heir to the throne. You can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth of but 15 years, he's already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worthless, a man like any other.
Wow, fuck her.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
Oh, not this again. You know as well as I do that I only sit upon the throne because my father was taken before his time. I am merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your father's firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place.
I like her less and less.
You have not disgraced our noble blood.
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious...
The rightful rule of kings and bloodlines.
I'm glad he seems to at least be arguing with her.
I'm going to sleep.
And he gave her the "I've got a headache" line.
Oh my god.
This is it then. Time to prove yourself.
Wishing on a star?
I'm a little old for that.
No, you're
She
not.
gets
Shut
some
up.
sleep.
Right.
I've been wishing on any object that the world will let me look at for years. Never
You're going with
outgrow
them
that.
tomorrow, aren't you?
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him. He takes too many risks. I only wish I could save him from himself.
Clive, you...
I have another mission too. Father has given me my first command.
Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you.
So wishing is childish, but praying is fine.
Yeah. When was Media?
I think that might be original for this game. It's not striking any bells from previous games to me.
Oh, okay. For some
There's going
reason,
to be another war, isn't
it
there?
sounds familiar to me.
Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it?
No. The next war will be bigger than before.
But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria, after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
It's getting cold. We should go in. My lady.
That's another thing that's weird to me. They were like,
Good
to
night,
stress the
Clive.
part that kid was saying, like, you shouldn't be outside. It's like, there's like little difference between outside and inside in this area. It's not like y'all have doors or air conditioning or like any sort of way that air purifier or whatever. It's like, what's the difference?
I feel like in this time period, you'd actually be better off in the open air because, like, the
Be
air
less
inside would be
stale.
all stagnant and stale, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you would want to be indoors if it rained or something.
I won't be hunting today.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
I wonder how many people played this game and then wanted to make their chocobo in 14 white.
Good luck.
How many people know you can even change your chocobo's color?
I mean, I guess to be fair, a lot of people can't because they need to get an apartment or a house for it.
Yeah. Be part of a free company that has one.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the
I also was surprised to learn that
and shield the firelight's flame
I was surprised to learn that you don't get kicked out of your apartment in 14, so there's just a limited number of them that are just there to someone forever. I was mad because I got apartment number 68 in my apartment, so if I just waited a little bit longer, I could have got 69.
So close.
You can always tell when I'm actively playing too, because I'll clean the chocobo stable outside my apartment and no one else will.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
This is to be known.
Anytime I see something like that, are the chocobos big or are these people just small?
They won't leave willingly.
I feel like the chocobos kind of like vary in size from game to game too.
Yeah.
Some of them they're like ostrich size and sometimes they're like a lot larger.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
pleasure, my lord. As you command.
Man, I had a friend in
To the marshes.
grade school called Wade. I wonder how he's doing.
And may the blessing of the crystals go.
He wanted to go into like not military. He wanted to go into like the FBI and intelligence stuff. One of those things where it's like, I wonder if he managed to do it.
Again, no overworld traversal for a Final Fantasy game. We just use a map.
I'm fine with that, to be honest. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I'm so tired of games having this giant open world where there's nothing and it's boring.
I mean, I feel like overworld traversal is a little different than like open world, but
Yeah, but you know what I mean though,
yeah.
right? Where it's like the point of the open world is to unlock fast travel so you never have to go through it again, and it's just like
Keep your eyes open for those
boring.
goblins.
Yeah.
The reports placed them in this area. It's all swamps.
I liked how the older Final Fantasy games handled it of just like eventually you get an airship and then you can go everywhere, which includes like going back to places that you had already been to.
That's fair.
Is technically still a form of fast travel, but I don't know.
It just feels more natural.
Yeah.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
And who do you imagine would maintain it? They've all fled from the Blight.
It's hard to believe that anyone used to live here.
The old village of Stillwind is ahead. Not that there's a lot left of it.
Always a tiny stick.
Yep, gotta be careful where you're stepping.
With me.
Down with you!
Goblins.
So are you able to hold the attack button?
We should press on. There
Yeah.
may be more ahead.
Okay.
I think there's also like a charge strike, but I don't remember.
Okay. No, it's. I was just curious as like a me thing.
Oh, you
a
mean
lot
like
of people hate it on.
you mean like Final Fantasy 15 style where you just hold the
Yeah.
button? I'm not actually sure.
A lot of people hated on that, but I personally liked 15 system a bunch because I don't like spamming a button over and over again.
Yeah.
My wrists thanked that game for just letting me hold the damn button.
Yeah. I will have to test.
There's more.
Cannot hold the button.
Damn. I mean, that's fine. That's also, like, that's such a minor thing one way or the other for me, but it's like, it was something everyone else hated on, and I was like, actually, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you just shoot him?
So I can do like fire magic mid combo, so I can like interrupt my combo and then hit the fire button to do
Okay.
a magic burst.
Ooh. So what you're saying is you're a red mage right now?
Yes. Although I don't think I have healing magic.
Well.
Like a rune fencer.
Yeah.
That required more effort because it broken pile of wood. Sorry, if it looks like I know where everything is, it's just because I played the demo, and I played through this section in the demo.
Yeah, I figured. I don't think I would drink a strength tonic I found in an abandoned village. I don't think I would drink anything I found in an abandoned village because you don't know where that's been.
Some of their number of spells.
And what a number! We'll all have our hands full here.
Does where in the combo you use your fire magic change how strong it is?
I'm not sure. I didn't like play around enough with like figuring out some of the intricacies. I just played it enough to be like, oh yeah, okay.
Because there was like one shot you fired that just looked way stronger than the others did.
Yeah, that one definitely did. It looks like it's dependent on if I'm like actually doing the magic burst version or just casting it.
Okay.
Like fighting game combo, is it either like I'm doing it as part of the combo or waiting for the combo to finish and then using fire?
Gotcha. Yeah, we are just kind of coming in and bothering them after they're off on their own, not bothering anyone. But oh well.
I think the idea is that like this village had to run because it was getting overrun monsters, and so we're here trying to like clean it up a little bit and push them back so that they don't keep encroaching towards our territories.
Yeah.
Where to go? Can't I just burn it?
That'd be too easy.
We should be nearing the old village square.
It might not be a nest of goblins.
Insufficient and oh, I'd like that. That's a nice mechanic. You didn't have room for the potion, so your character just drank it immediately.
Yep.
That's nice, as opposed to having to spend like 30 seconds menuing, drink a potion, and then grab the other potion.
Yeah. I also like that the like inventory cap is very low because that forces you to like use them more instead of being like, oh, I've got these 20 elixirs that I'm going to save for the final battle.
My lord.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I hate low inventory caps myself, but you're right. It does force me to use stuff more.
Yeah. One of the things I liked about Undertale is that I didn't feel like I had to save everything.
Yeah. There is definitely some objects in that game though where like I would keep it because it felt like it had some special hidden meaning or whatever, but I definitely did not hesitate to use stuff in Undertale or Deltarune or whatever.
I think that having the smaller inventory thing though, and then giving you like a sentimental item also like increases the like sentimentality of it, because it's like this is legitimately taking up like, you know,
like an eighth of your inventory.
Yeah, 15% of my inventory space just because I have a sentimental attachment to it.
Shit! He's invited a friend! On your feet, Sir Wade.
Here it comes.
Much like Final Fantasy XIII, this game also has a stagger meter for the bigger encounters.
That is a mechanic that I like seeing in games.
Agreed.
Just because it feels good to like do well, and you're rewarded by being able to just beat the shit out of something without having to do well.
Yeah.
Whoa, what was... Oh, is that like an ultimate or something?
Yeah, you have like powerful Phoenix-based attacks that they only really make sense to use on staggered opponents because they have cooldowns.
Gotcha. Oh, you're using fire. What does Phoenix Shift do?
That's where I have access to like the more powerful attack that I
Okay.
used.
Gotcha.
Oh, Phoenix Shift is a dash. That's right. Guess I should have played the tutorial again.
No worries.
Come back and fight, you coward! After him, before he summons the rest.
Oh, I like how your party is shown as like little pixels in the bottom right there. That was cool.
Yeah. That was one of the things that like helped me like get sold on the game. Like it's silly, but I really like when they like respect the old games by being like, here's your party members. They're in classic pixel representation.
Yeah, I love that.
There he is. Damn it.
All right. I did the same thing in the demo where I was like, where do I go now? It's like, oh yeah, just over the collapsed part.
I also was thinking, how are you gonna get around now? So I had the same thought.
This ends now. What's in there?
Oh, Marbo.
Orble. He's gone south.
No, it's a Morble.
I'm sorry.
Keep clear of its maw, my lord. That thing's breath is worse than its bite. That reeks! Said, stay away from its mouth.
That's usually good advice for a lot of things, though.
Yeah, that's the Phoenix Shift there. You like dash forward.
Gotcha.
Where's it going?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, that was cool.
Yeah. Or like Ashura's Wrath stuff, where sometimes the encounter has something special going on.
I appreciate that it seems to always be. It made it sound like it's always going to be square.
Yeah. Which is, again, also your attack button normal. So it's consistent.
One of my bigger issues with QTE stuff is, you're like, what button's it gonna be? Which back in the day wasn't a huge deal, but now that every controller has to have a button layout that's different than every other controller, and I constantly forget what's who and where, just please just make it the QTs always be the same fucking button. That's amazing. Thank you. Have a nice day. This dude has so much health.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of basically the first boss. The other thing was like a mini boss.
Yeah.
You won't be gone for long. I cannot fall here. Now for the final push, my lord.
Ooh. That was cool. You like envelop yourself in flame to do that dash and then attack.
The dash itself just envelops you in flames.
It just looked cool.
Yeah.
It said on the thing shift strike, and it was like, oh, okay. Does standing in the black crap on the ground hurt you?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Damage over time.
Oh, it's a cool little remix of the victory theme.
Mm-hmm.
My lord.
I love how magical opening your window is up north.
Yeah.
It's like 80 degrees in my room. Open my window, like an hour later, it's 70 degrees in my room.
More balls, too. I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment. If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Damned blight.
Yeah, I thought he looked back because he was getting hungry, and that looked tasty to him for some reason. He's going to eat it and consume its powers like a blue mage. I think that's how blue magic works, right?
Depends on the game. Final Fantasy 8, yes. Wait,
Oh.
no, Final Fantasy 9 is definitely where that happens. Final Fantasy 8 does have a devour ability, but that's not how it works.
There was a side quest in Final Fantasy 14 where you fed a dude a bunch of fish and he would get their powers.
The fish's powers?
Yes.
Oh.
It was the fishing quest. It was fun.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a marvel's gullet.
More tales! Drink and be merry, boys! Good work on the morrow.
Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself. The young lord has a bright future ahead of him.
Aye. And one of these nights he may
Game is
even
now a
come
0
to
out of
join
10. The
us.
food doesn't look as good as Final Fantasy 15.
I mean, that was a big focus of Final Fantasy 15, whereas this is...
here's a bunch of like pictures of food we took in like 5 million K.
This is like also medieval garbage food. Like, it shouldn't look appetizing.
Turkey legs should always look appetizing.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
Eat your peas, Professor.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye. Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Boiled turnips. I don't know if I've
Father,
had a turnip in real
why is
life.
it that the dominance is always born into our family? It doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power with the people. So that is what we must do.
I tried having radishes like a year or two ago, and I didn't really enjoy them very much.
I
And that's
love
not a turnip,
radishes.
but like it was to a point where I'm like, am I allergic to this? I don't think I was. It was just like I did not. I probably should have done something with them. I tried to eat them raw, which probably is not good. I don't know.
I mean, I usually would just have like radish raw. You just kind of like slice it, put it on salad or something. They've got a nice like spiciness to them almost.
I don't suppose I've been missed.
Finish your peas, sir. Get back here. Or tomatoes, or whatever the fuck he was pushing around his plate.
Poor Jill.
Pup.
She'll be wondering where you've got to. So much for you being a fine hound.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease, and I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
It's the vegetables I don't like.
I feel like it's one thing I missed out as a kid is bonding over my hate of vegetables with people, because I would eat any vegetable put in front of me as a kid because I really liked them.
Yeah, I liked vegetables growing up too.
Praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoiled little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughing stock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in. I'm jealous.
That's not true. They don't believe in me. They believe in the power of the dominant.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler over life and death.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. I don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength.
You're like
You
5.
do.
Of course you don't yet. When I was 5 years old, I could barely put my pants on, much less lead a nation.
Also seems to have like the consumption or something.
When our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix would rise from the flames to drag us back from the brink. The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant shoulders. It is your duty to bear that burden.
What about you?
I was born to be your shield. That is why I was given the Phoenix's blessing. To keep our future rulers safe. No matter what. However hard it gets. I'll never let you down.
Thank you, Clive. I know you'll always take care of me.
Before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself.
Feature of this game, if I can remember.
I should go inside. It's past my bedtime. Good night, Torgal.
You punch people in the middle of the cutscene that are talking?
No, in the middle of cutscenes, you can like bring up what is basically a data log sort of thing in case you like forget like how people are interconnected or like their background and stuff.
That is something I always really liked. I think the Xenoblade games did this, where like you had like a relationship map that you could see, like, oh, this person likes this person hates this person, and it would just be like a map of like how you and your party were also connected to these various towns and places. It was really, really cool.
I can still do it.
Okay, cool.
Find out about like where you are at currently and like stuff going on.
Supplies from the capital.
Supplies from Troja, you say? Sure, let him in.
You took your time sampling the wares, were you?
Very trustworthy.
You didn't bother looking in there.
It's a good job the North is full of enterprising traders keen to keep us in wine.
Spare a barrel for the boys and people.
Oh, who could have seen that coming? Oh.
What in the...
I'm making fun of that because I thought the exact thing the first time I was playing through the demo. I was like, this is so suspicious. Why aren't they checking more closely? Oh, look, he's dead.
Yeah.
Is that...
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
Follow me, Your Highness.
Are the enemy already inside the castle?
I'm afraid so, Your Highness. We must hurry.
Yeah, I'm just a little kid.
Come on.
What was that?
I have to help
It was a
them.
pain scream. Didn't you read the bottom?
Everything's on fire.
Fall back, Your Highness. He's not one of us.
No.
Time to do a murder.
Must be my duty. I saw them at the feast. They were laughing.
This is Sabra Quagab. Why would the Empire...
We must find my father.
Imch.
Take him!
I think you can't actually use the sword at your waist.
Why would
No.
the Empire do this?
I like how they made a big deal of showing him picking it up and just nothing.
His basic attack just is that fire strike thing. It doesn't combo at all or anything.
I am the dominant.
Remain vigilant, Your Highness.
I hate cleaning fans.
Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Your Highness,
Don't worry. You're going to be all right.
I'll hold them off.
survive, thanks to His Highness.
Your Grace, Lord Murdoch.
You rescued the young prince. Well done, Sir Wade.
I'm in your debt, soldier.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We cannot stay here. We should make straight for the rear gate.
Omnia lost Alan, Twisa Gelif. May the winds speed you to Rosalith.
The north gate's up ahead. There are chocobos in the stables. Father, take Joshua and get to safety.
No, I'm not going without you. You're supposed to be my shield, remember?
I remember, which is why I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
I will order our remaining forces to rally at the gate. Now go.
I will do my duty. You must do your duty too.
I know.
You have to keep Father safe. I'm counting on you, Joshua.
To here, abilities and ability.
Is the charge attack thing?
Yeah.
See, stuff has a different attack star and how much it affects their health and their stagger gauge. It's like most stuff you have does equal parts right
Yeah.
now.
Destructible environment tables, it's just like Dark Souls.
Odd.
Everyone's dead.
Run around on the tables too.
the fuck down from there.
Came from?
I think so.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay, come on, you're right.
Decided not to open the door. It just required too much effort.
Captain.
Like how they don't have eye slots. He does. That's how you know he's the big man. But the rest of them, how are you seeing out of your helmet there, buddy?
There's little holes. They could probably still see. Not very well, but
You take care of that spellcaster. I'll keep the others occupied. That's them done. Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's my father and Joshua I'm worried about. We should head back.
Clive, look out!
May I have this dance?
He's an Imperial Dragoon.
And you are the shield who was blessed by the Phoenix. Not that it will save you.
Stay still, damn you!
What difficulty are you playing on, by the way?
the like story one, the like action one.
Gotcha. I realize it's just because you're at the start and you probably just don't have like the best weapons in gear right now, but man, some of these fights have a lot of hit points.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to like be emphasizing that your character's inexperienced because this is in the past and stuff.
That's fair.
He's open! Now, Clive! Have at it!
There's probably some element if they want it to feel like cinematic and drawn out too.
That's also very fair.
Your time is past!
I do like that the stagger bar has that halfway point that we're just like you get like a small like stun out of them essentially.
You take a little bit extra damage for a bit. Yeah.
So what is the light green in your health bar represent?
I think that's like actual health. There's like a grayed out portion that I think you can recover through some method, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is the part I meant. There's probably like skills later to like be able to recover that portion of your health bar.
Yeah. Didn't get his spear? Darn.
Are you hurt? I'm fine. So, they sent in the dragoons. Imperial vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
They about to go
Viper's a
invade
different
someone
class.
else.
Their numbers were too few.
Yeah, they're like trying to do a preemptive strike so that their citadel doesn't fall.
But like, they can't bitch about someone else doing the same thing.
I mean, they can. It doesn't mean that they're like right.
In Rosalith. If they were already among us, what if there were others?
Father and Joshua are in danger.
We must hurry. Take your steed.
What is that?
mean you found us? What the fuck does that mean?
Did it say that? Because I didn't hear it.
I know how to read lips.
Oh, okay.
It said I've found you, and so it's like, what do you mean?
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness.
Your Grace, is everyone safe?
Yeah, it is
We ride for Rosalith
a combination of I struggle to hear, and my mom struggled to speak for several years. So both me and my father just kind of learned how to read lips, so she didn't have to actually speak but could mouth what she was trying to say.
Understandable.
Sorry, Your Grace, but that won't be possible. You honor the snakes!
Stay back! I'm warning you!
Run, Joshua, run!
Oh no, the father died. Who could have seen this coming? Use your healing magic on him. I know his head is over there, away from his body, but it should be fine, right?
You must do your duty too. You have to keep Father safe.
I had to.
I'm counting on you, Joshua. Oh, fuck.
Kill him, now!
What did y'all think was gonna happen? Just stressed out a bear of a fucking icon.
Yeah. Phoenix appeared. The game lagged to single-digit frames.
The Phoenix attacked your GPU directly.
Too many particles to render. They modeled each individual feather.
He's lost control. I have to do something. I have to save him. No, my lord. Fall back. Climb.
No, not the part.
Thank you, girl. You saved my life. Get her on her feet and run. Please. Joshua, are you in pain? Not now.
He's got
You're his shield. Do your duty.
headaches like Cloud does in Final Fantasy VII. These mysterious hooded figures, like Cloud in Final Fantasy VII.
Second icon of fire. That's impossible.
We should. Oh, no, he's dead.
Who are you?
Missed the ad window. Currently in an ad. Didn't realize.
That's why I don't. I always do them manually just to avoid that this exact happening.
Yeah. I didn't intend to like have it happen. It's hard to do when I can't see my like notes saying how long before ads. And I thought there was going to be a break. Not a break.
So glad it's not hot outside anymore. Glad I could just pop my window open and just magic room cools down.
Yeah. Very nice to be able to.
It's magic and also it's free.
Yes.
Which is like, I do miss having AC. I don't miss having to pay for it.
All right, now that we're back on the other side of the commercial break, I apologize, everyone. I thought I had more time still before the commercials were gonna start running. So we've missed a little bit. There's a second fire icon now. Is this guy who is very clearly supposed to be Ifrit. Alright, it's the icon of fire.
we get through this section again.
Yeah.
But now with health bars.
The intro again. Take this, icon of fire. This is even more like Asura's Wrath now that I have to aim. Not complaining. Asura's Wrath is a game I enjoy very much. Get to see it this time.
I have very fond memories of watching through Asura's Wrath a long play with y'all.
Yeah. Could always just like run that again sometime on Discord, because I very much appreciate that long play because they put in a bunch of Japanese commercials during the commercial breaks. Something I can't do on Twitch.
Yeah.
I just also like enjoy playing the game a lot.
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Actually already very much appreciating that Final Fantasy 16 like took the good aspects of Asura's Wrath and like continuing the tradition, because there were definitely things from Asura's Wrath that was like, more games should be doing this. Kind of wish I could just have the like color flashes for those cutscenes and not the button prompts, because I feel like I could still do them and it would be less intrusive.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that is a setting.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it being on by default 100%, but...
This sort of stuff is just super cool, just like very cinematic set piece. I'm still playing something.
Yeah.
That's one of the things Asura's Wrath did super well, and the game's continuing that, and I appreciate it. Trying to remember, but didn't they advertise this game with Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla?
Sure.
If they didn't, they should have. If they did, awesome.
No! Stop it! Take your hands off my brother!
Help me! Help me, Clive!
Joshua! Stop it! Stop it! I swore I would protect him! Please! Please! Stop it! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you!
But like, I feel like Joshua is supposed to be dead as far as we're concerned, but I feel like it's Phoenix. Like,
Yeah.
it probably just means he's like dormant and will come back later.
Quite a mess that monster made. Damn shame about the Phoenix, but can't be helped. Oh, my condolences, Your Grace. Is there aught we can do?
Haven't you done enough, Captain? Joshua was my world, and now he is gone. I can only pray there will be a place for me in the world his radiance seeks to create.
I see.
Wow, so she's even worse than we thought.
Yeah.
Your Grace, over here. The rubble must have protected him from the worst of the flames. Shall we take him prisoner?
No need for that. Kill him. Wait. As my husband never tired of telling me, he is a fine soldier. I'm sure he would make an excellent addition to the Imperial front line. All in its right place.
Oh, he was a spy to begin with.
Yep.
Take this one.
Well, fuck her.
Cheer up, lad. You're going to be a soldier.
Joshua.
Love me a late title card.
Yeah.
2 hours in, and now the game has started.
Welcome back. Sorry. What's our situation?
Let's just say Shiva and Titan's little spat hasn't made things any easier.
And?
It's as you thought. The Crusaders have sounded the retreat.
Then we follow.
We're down a man, Sergeant.
If we return without Shiva's head, our fate will be no different from Biast's. I'll take my chances with the Iron Blood. At least then I might die fighting. After you do, that is.
I won't be dying. Not today.
Then it's settled. No dying. Now, if you don't mind, we have an army to chase.
I like his hair.
Yeah.
How do they expect us to...
You can upgrade stuff. That's what that second number is. Okay.
Yeah.
I just now understood that.
Basically, if something is something that you use all the time, you can prioritize making it even stronger.
Yeah. Oh, and they have sets for it too. That's nice.
Yeah. Of a pre-order bonuses. Oh, these are also like the DLC items. Like, this is obviously DLC.
Yeah.
That sword. Gotta have my orchestration rolls from.
Oh my god.
Something that can do this.
Back to it.
Only the girl holding
What?
All the old trails are gone.
Oh, I see.
It'll be hell finding a way out.
Do you think a retreating army and their dominant will fare any better?
If you play Final Fantasy 16 for 15 minutes while streaming it, you get a puppy avatar decoration for 2 months on Discord.
Yep. I hate that it's only for 2 months, but whatever.
Yeah, like, why make it temporary?
Yeah. Especially after you already spent the like $50 to $70 to play the game.
I mean, I block avatar decorations because I'm just, it messes with me a little bit in a way that's
Did you hear that?
so it's just like
Down there.
wouldn't make a difference to me.
Yeah.
So, Titan has knocked the fight
I'll
out of
probably
the
use it
line.
for a couple months since it's temporary.
That can't be the main host.
Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
The dominant. Are you certain?
The crystalline orthodox is a backwards faith for a backwards people. In the Iron Kingdom, they teach that dominants are unclean aberrations, born of blackest sin. Only their priests are allowed to perform the rites of priming. And I see many.
We end this quickly.
Alvation naukin aladskaliast.
Let this be the end.
Avis, care to kill some Iron Blood?
Gladly.
Ow.
Wyvern, you focus on the target.
Understood.
Change my set mid-con. Oh. Disappointing.
Because they don't want you having access to too much.
Yeah, I guess. It would have been nice to know that, like, I was going to be fighting a magic casting person when I unlocked the magic casting, like, counter.
Yeah.
I'm in your debt. Orders, Sergeant! Stop gawping and move!
Fucking icons.
Icon? She's not even fully primed!
Not this time.
No, I was hoping to hit the brake and stop her.
Why you just stood in it?
I saw that her stacker gauge was getting close and thought I could interrupt it.
Gotcha. Nice.
Stylish finish. Used in crafting? Okay.
But can't think of anything clever.
Is she dead?
I don't think so.
Well, what are you waiting for?
No, that's not you. Not here.
I'll bloody do it then. Fuck. We've got company, Wyvern.
They're just gonna let him walk away.
Get your ass over here and help me with these
Gonna risk hurting their own, like, icon.
Trump card. Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, Jill.
What is wrong with you, Wyvern?
Dominant. I know her.
Know her? Look around you! Do you think any of these animals care? I need you here!
This combat does look very satisfying.
Yeah, it's they hired on the like game director from Devil May Cry. So
Oh, that's right.
feels very similar to something like a Devil May Cry, but a little less character action focused because they still want to make like an action RPG.
Yeah. Like it just feels simplistic while also being
I won't.
very in depth.
Yeah,
Betray the Holy Empire?
it's like Nier Automata, which is, you know,
Yeah.
Platinum's detail, but they still wanted it to be an RPG, so it's like slowed down a little bit.
And you think I don't? The Empire will have our heads if we return empty-handed. So if you won't take hers, I'll have to take yours.
I told you, Sergeant. I'm not dying here today. And neither is she.
Let's find out.
Ivan! Have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines? Who trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none? You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, son.
I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago.
Better already.
For nothing. No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
Also, like Final Fantasy 13, it's better to like continue to build the stagger gauge afterwards so you do more damage.
Yeah.
Traitor scum!
Much more of it. Too slow.
By a traitor's blade.
Isn't Tiamat a name that is something?
Yeah, it's occasionally like a summon monster in some of the games.
Gotcha. That sounds familiar.
Oh, actually, it's usually referring to a dragon, like just in like 11 and
14.
I
Yeah,
think
that's what
14
I'm
also has a Tiamat. Yeah.
Typically the queen of all dragons and most lore. Gotcha. Here, some of these shots look really cool though. Usually roll my eyes at graphic stuff, but like, I don't know. It is neat.
I think it helps that like Final Fantasy knows how to do things with style, so it's not just like pretty, it's like we also made it look neat.
Yeah.
This way. Bloody way.
Oh no, they made Sid hot.
Well, come on then.
As if he hasn't been through most of the games.
I mean, I guess that's fair. In my head, Sid's always like a weird old man.
13th Sid's also hot.
I don't remember Sid in 13.
Got like the black hair and the glasses.
Hugo, dear, my
The white flowing robes.
Would that you had taken care when chasing the hare? I expected more from the mighty Titan. You put the Ice Queen on her back, no doubt. But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
My lady, the thunder.
Oh, I didn't.
We'll be hearing more soon enough.
Sorry. Katie sent me a picture of Sid from 13. I did not register that's who that was ever. I played the entire game and never understood that was Sid.
He introduces himself as Sid Reigns.
I don't know why I just never parsed that. Another reason I need to replay 13. Because, like, it was like the third Final Fantasy game I played, maybe the fourth. Puppy.
And who's this fine hound I see before me?
A fine hound who saved your life. That's who.
Oh, it is Sid. Okay.
Yeah, someone yelled Sid. Sidolphulus?
Yeah, sometimes he gets like a longer name. Tactics and 12 in particular, I think. No, Tactics has Sidolphus. In 12, Sid's a villain. And has a
Remember
different
12 very
name.
well either. The main thing I remember was from 12 was running around screaming, I'm Captain Bosch.
Yes.
His name is Torgal.
You two acquainted? Well then, you won't mind taking him off my hands. Funny.
And if you yelled at a guard, you'd get in trouble and it would take longer to do the thing.
Clive Rosfield. Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as a wildfire. That there was the blessing of the Phoenix. I'd heard rumours that you'd survived, but I never paid them much heed.
Bless you, Kippy.
Calm down. I didn't come all this way for your handsome mug. Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for. None the worse for wear. Still, might be best to get a second opinion. Back her up.
Not another step. I mean it.
Well, I'm not about to leave her here. Not one with a warm bed waiting. It's all right.
We've got the mountain here from Game of Thrones.
Sid, if we
You know what? That's probably Biggs. Nope. Interesting.
Go Ted.
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on. Not much further now.
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
Keen eye, you. The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic. But it also means no neighbours.
The last place anyone would think to look.
Yes, that's dirt.
Home sweet home.
talking about it similar to like Final Fantasy terms or Final Fantasy 14 terms, where it's like the area's been sucked of all the magic and life. A mogul.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
How does anyone? Hard work and a bit of nous. You must be starving. We grow them here, believe it or not. Suit yourself.
You're back.
Ah, Talia.
And this is the Dominant.
Out cold since we found her. I was hoping you might give her a look over.
All right. Goots, get her upstairs.
Goots?
Goots.
None will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about. Go on, have a look around. I'll be in my solar.
I don't want an apple.
The right button for the map? Ah, there we go. Chocobo? What?
You reckon he's a soldier then?
Oh, it's just... I got it. It's the name of this little tavern.
Oh, it's the name of the... yeah.
Is it upstairs around the corner? No. I think it's weird whenever they're doing like the more realistic games to have the Mughals still around. It's like you picked like the most out of place thing to put in these.
But Moogle.
Another newcomer. You mind the rules round here, or our next chat will be through the bars.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Very interesting dialogue.
Where'd the
Suppose if I
Moogle
was
get up to?
some guy walked up to me in the middle of me hammering something out, that'd probably be about how I respond though. Just be like, no, go away.
Chimkin.
Do you think they manage property good?
Yeah. The best. I need to play those games too at some point.
Yeah, they're very good games.
I suppose I'll be needing a new sword.
Careful, you. I've spent the whole morning on these steps.
Okay, just goes back down to the fat chocobo. Before we continue on here, though, I'm going to go ahead and run another commercial break so we don't have an issue like we did before.
Hooray!
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 And
no
we're
more
back. Those are over.
Hooray!
Back to the game.
The evil has been defeated for another hour.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her. Alright. I was hoping we might try and solve the mystery of poor Clive Rossfield. A bearer of the Sambrequois Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines. With orders to wait until it turned into a brawl, then slit the dominant's throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills. Conveniently forgetting how the Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far. You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield. Not have it said that I'm a poor host.
What do you mean to do with her?
Do with her? Why, nothing. Her life is her own now. If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you? All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you. Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave. And it's also why we need help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered by a second dominant of fire.
Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Which is why you should join us.
I told you I'm not
interested, I know. One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwing. Among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
Is he certain?
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
Best mate ready then.
Huzzah! Already presenting a rebellion faction as being much better than the royalty. We're back on track. Now it feels like a proper Final Fantasy game, and I'm immensely more interested in the story.
I take it this is as far as you got in the demo.
This is before I stopped. The fight with Phoenix and Ifrit, I stopped before that.
Ah, okay.
Oh no.
Goots, was it? Perhaps you can help. Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
A blacksmith. To the forge it is then.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
He'll take notice, he'll just go,
Mm.
Are you Blackthorn?
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
I'm not here to talk. I'll be accompanying Sid to Lostwing, and I need you to see to my equipment.
You could be accompanying the goddess Krieger to our holy bedchamber for all I care. I'm not lifting a finger for you.
Is that so?
Too busy making my one strip of metal.
Do you want that or not? I can take it back.
Oh, damn you, Goots. All right. No need to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart. Bloody Imperials. They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly. I'll do what I can. as a favor to Goot's mind. And the belt sees a square. You want anything else, you bring your own materials.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
A word of advice. Don't let Sid decide what's best for you.
I suppose I should thank Goots.
Lacey, I'm busy here. So, what'll it be? Anything else?
The gift worked. You have my thanks.
Come on, nearly there.
More people.
You, blankets, quick as you like. All right, we make them comfortable while the bed's made up. Well, you're just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
I'll get the bucket. You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me? What the hell have I got myself into? Who are they?
Huh? They're freed Imperial bearers. Who the hell are you? Shit, at this rate, you won't make it through the night. Think you can find your way up them stairs to the infirmary? We need Tyre. Well, go on. Shift your ass.
Your ass?
Was Ty the one looking after Jill?
What does that mean?
Shift it into high gear.
Like, just the ass gets too fast and what gets away from the legs.
Your friend needs her rest. There'll be time for tearful reunions once she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted downstairs. There are injured bearers in need of attention.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did say so.
I was about to say, thank you, character, for giving her lip.
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine them both in the infirmary. My work's just begun.
Another fine day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
It's no easy thing, casting off your chains. By the time most pluck up the courage, they're already too far gone. These two here are the lucky ones. The name's Otto. You need anything, you ask me.
Well, Otto, I do need some supplies.
Do you now? then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
Right.
Oh, and thanks. Be seeing you.
Not likely. I won't be staying.
Is that right? Well, for as long as you are here, consider yourself welcome. You helped us today, and we won't forget it.
You helped us by doing something we literally could have just shouted down the hallway to fucking do as well.
Who are these people? I need supplies for my journey to Lost Wing. Otto said you could provide them.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours. Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't think I'd shower your lordship with my hard-won wares while you swagger about with a pocket full of gil? Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
That's all.
Why, you've barely a guilty name. You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me? Thank your dog.
Side quest.
Do you think we should go?
What?
A new face, and dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo is a demanding mistress, and we are too few to keep her on her feet. Might I persuade you to deliver a meal or two to souls in need of sustenance? For your trouble, I can offer you the contents of my strongbox and my enduring gratitude. Say no more. I shall make no attempts to coerce.
Oh, I was hoping Clive was gonna respond.
I just want to see him be an ass.
Yeah. Nah, fuck off.
And dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo is for your trouble.
I don't see why not.
Marvelous. And who exactly do I have the honor of addressing?
Clive.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine.
I keep wanting to call him Chive.
The weight of this fine establishment rests. Now I have
I feel like Chive sounds closer to a Final Fantasy name than Clive, so.
They're hot.
Hot meal. How long has it been?
When he's not out chasing rumours, sits up there in that hole of his, brooding.
Yeah.
Oh, my thanks. Ah,
hope you do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not use me kindly, you see. He left me half lame, truth be told. But Sid took me in nonetheless. The Hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
You'd think he'd have time for a nip with old August before scampering back to his solar, but no.
Lonely, are we, August?
Your food.
I was hoping it might be. Well, doesn't this look fine? Thank you, lad. You're new, aren't you? Kenneth's running you ragged already, I expect, the old rascal.
Well, he did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And so he should. We're not slaves anymore. Well met, lad, and keep up the good work.
Huge book.
Well, there's so much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Your food.
Just a moment. I need to finish this. I won't be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master this.
All right, but see that you eat it before it gets cold.
Of course. Thank you.
That's the last one. I'd better let Kenneth know.
All done, I presume?
Splendid. They were bearers. All three of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed. Equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded. Beyond these walls, we are scorned as slaves, speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the Hideaway, we are free, truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now, I promised you something for your trouble, did I not? The contents of my strongbox are yours to do with as you will. Thank you, Clive. Do come and visit me again, won't you?
It's a nice little side quest.
Yeah.
Flesh things out more. Get to, like, understand the stakes. Wow, all of these are ridiculously stronger. That's why I don't usually use...
Like twice as much damage, yeah.
That's why
I
I
also
don't
usually
use
hesitate to
those.
use DLC stuff on my first playthrough because it's like, that feels like cheating.
I think I just got... Having more money isn't too breaking. It depends on the... economy in the game, but...
Games like this, it just means you don't have to grind as much. So
Yeah.
it's like, who cares?
They're like the things that make things easier, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You're just like struggling with the combat a little bit. You can just kind of toss one of those on to help.
The Ironblood were quick to sound the retreat once tight.
Those question marks. Excuse me.
When he's not out chasing rumors, sits up there in that hole of his. Lay off the man.
Yours is not a familiar face. Are you new to the hideaway, perchance?
Get sleep.
You could say
I
that.
slept like half today too.
Well then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
That's,
quite a mouthful, I know. Which is
I'm
why
gonna call you
everyone
Mr.
here
H.
has taken to calling me simply Tomes, on account of the company I keep. And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. I have a few new notes that might interest you. You wish to study the tomes?
I know we said it earlier. I will never not love the little pixel aesthetic when they pull it out like that. I'm sorry.
The cursor over them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate when games have data logs so that if you're lost at all, you can get more detail.
Learn everything you needed?
Oh no. You've entered the blue room. This is where you fuse your personas.
Can't change my appearance.
Get the train first.
Breeding mode. Choose your character.
Oh, this is virtual. I thought this said visual mugger, and I'm just like, does he just steal people's eyes?
Stay down.
I think here I can see what buttons you're pressing.
Yeah. Get training mode.
Yeah.
That's enough.
I think we get the point of that.
You punch thing and practice attack.
Yeah. Gotta be efficient with movements.
Fish?
You all done?
Leaving already, are ya?
It's you I'll miss the most, Lady Karen. It always is.
Don't stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
Right.
Good. I knew there was another side quest.
Can't hide from me! Exclamation points.
Trick me. I've played a game before.
Damn it. We'll be needing more wood. But if I step away to fetch any, this lot will be down around our ears. Ah, you there. Perfect timing. I couldn't persuade you to fetch me some timber, could I?
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. You'll be helping me and the hideaway both. Takes a lot of work to keep this place standing. More than we can manage, if I'm honest.
It certainly looks like you've got your hands full.
Ah, you can say that again. The Fallen knew their craft, make no mistake, but not even their handiwork lasts forever. That's why the walls need shoring up. Can't have the vegetable patch crushed before our first harvest now, can we?
No, I suppose not. All right, where can I find this wood?
Ask over at the White Ants. They'll point you in the right direction. Thanks again. I really appreciate the help.
I had a sprint button.
You're always kind of running, but yeah, it does feel like you want to go a little faster.
The man working over by the garden sent me to fetch some wood.
Ah, that'll be Jeffrey, master carpenter. Luck would have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after. You take as much as you need from the stack.
Thank you.
No, not at all. We appreciate the assistance.
Here we are. I better get this to Jeffrey, was it?
Yes. Chimkin. Not Chimkin.
Oh, you're back. Hope fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
Will this be enough?
Magically sucked it into my hand. Here you
This
go.
will do nicely, thank you. With a bit of luck, the walls won't be falling in on us just yet.
That sounds ominous.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. And it's a damn sight better than the alternative. We're safe, we're warm, and we're hidden. What more could we ask for? Now stop fretting and take this. You've earned it. Welcome to the fold.
It's like, what more can we ask for? I was like, I can think of a couple
Not a matter
things.
of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
I
Just
understand
handed me a
experience and-
meteorite.
Just, you know, here you go. Here's a rock. I understand what the red and gold IS symbols are when you level up or do a thing? What does the blue one mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's like 2 different ones.
Wait, go. Guys, there was a blue...
The blue's ability
Oh,
points.
it's ability points. Okay, yeah, alright.
Double check. Good to go.
There's a good girl. Hungry, are you?
There's a zone line.
That's neat.
Bastard blood flies everywhere.
I told you we should have taken the Crystal Road.
And I told you that we're outlaws. You want every bounty hunter in Storm harrying us from here to the Holy Capital? Besides, what's wrong with a shortcut through nature's splendor? You know,
the Deadlands. We already discussed what's wrong.
Each day. But a place like this still exists is a miracle in itself. Bloodflies and all.
We'll be back in Imperial land soon. You all right?
Never better.
Sounds like it. That there is a fine hound. Soon took to hunting. Fearless as you like.
It's good to have you back, Torgal.
Now, we don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
I suppose not.
No, he can heal you. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, also nice.
Yeah. That's very tempting to put on.
Yeah, I would. I personally would put that on just because I struggle with pet classes because I have trouble focusing on myself and them at the same time.
You're welcome for that.
I'm gonna try without it just to see how bad it is, but
it's probably not too bad because there's only a couple commands, but
yeah.
Maybe they're friendly like Torgal. Or maybe they're not.
Don't let them get away.
oh, it's just you press the D-pad. Oh, okay, that's not that bad then.
Yeah. This actually feels like really good, but I'm having to do a little bit of like a claw grip. Just because I'm using the left analog stick to move around, so to reach the D-pad, I'm having to use my finger. But, I don't know. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it feels like it would be fine enough. Like, it does force you to like stop for a minute to do it, but at the same time, like that half makes sense because it'd be like, well, you have to focus on yelling at your dog for a second.
Yeah. I like it too because it
froze for a second.
I like it too just because it like feels. It still feels like I'm the one attacking, just like from a second perspective.
Yeah. You can pet it. Can you pet it? I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah. I know you can pet him in Final Fantasy 16 while you are mounted on it. The like action command for the mount is just to pet Torgal.
Nice.
Gonna make a joke about what monster hunter monster that is, but I can't think of any that are like
The same
close
thing.
to
I was
that.
trying really hard to think of something close.
There's that one that like rolls around that kind of has like spikes on it. I don't remember what it's called though.
Yeah, I'm bad at names.
Basil, I don't know any of them. Basil, Rathalos, the pickle. That's about the only ones I know. Kobukadachi.
That's the squirrel.
Yeah.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Remember when I said there were deadly beasts? Well, the shrubs in these parts aren't much better. And you only need to mention this now.
Juggle things?
Keep your distance, boy. Sick of Torgal. Give them all you got, boy. Get him. It's over. Give them all you got, boy. Don't let them get away.
Well, that's the undergrowth sorted. I'll take it from here.
After you.
Thank you kindly.
The ruins. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Some say there was a time they blocked out the stars. Down was the only way left for them to go. There's probably a lesson to be learned from that. But it can wait. Come on. Mind your head.
This feels good.
It looks like it feels good.
Must be a nest nearby. Keep your eyes open. Well,
It looks like Torgal's heal only heals me for like the gray damage.
I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
What is it, boy? At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Work.
Sick of Torgal. Give them all you've got, boys.
This is stupid. I like wolves. I don't think they care.
It's over. Don't let them get away. A little help. My wounds, boy. Get him, boy. That's it.
We did what had to be done.
I'm starting to think that's how it works.
No, it doesn't.
The grayed out section can be healed by magic, but the darker section has to be healed with curatives.
Yeah. Boss arena. All right.
There it is again.
That sword sharp.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
What? Still short. Not quite as quick. But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My thoughts exactly.
Oh, this is interesting. There's like parts of his body that are weaker too. Hitting him in the head is like the weak spot. But if I get like pushed around to the back, it does less damage.
Monster Hunter rules tell me you should go for the tail.
Yeah. This doesn't do as much damage back there, but I am wondering if I can cut the tail off.
Well, you weren't hitting the tail though, you were hitting like its ass.
I mean, I can't actually like target the tail any more than this.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I guess its face isn't covered in plating, so it's easier to
yeah. You can also
take
attack the
damage there.
legs.
Sick of Torgal. Keep your distance, boy. Give them all you've got, boy.
My wounds, boy.
Not this time.
Get up. Give them all you've got, boy.
Keep your distance, boy.
Aye, someone's got the up. Where he stops, no one knows.
Can't take much more of it.
Oh, ouch.
Not if we kill him first.
Cut off the tail.
This just feels like a Monster Hunter fight, and you should be able to.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna let you though.
I don't know. Final Fantasy did that crossover with Monster Hunter in Final Fantasy 14.
That's true.
Ow. Oh, the tailsmith taking more damage. Well, maybe that was just because it was staggered.
Yeah, you hit the middle stagger thing.
Can't cut the tail off.
Oh, 0 out of 10 game.
Come on. Stand back.
That felt excessive, but
You're dominant.
I am. Aye. Well, not by choice, mind. Whole bloody realm of strapping young lads. And it was this sorry sack of bones Ramu saw fit to home.
Sid, you say you want to help dominants and bearers. But what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? The same as for all of us. What we want and deserve. Save for our knack, dominants and bearers are no different from anyone else. The ability to use magic or summon great beasts should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts. Our kind are used and discarded like tools, yet we are men, so why must we die as less?
I see. So what you're saying is you want to start a war.
You flatter me, lad. But my days as a firebrand are long behind me. No, I only wish to offer our kind a choice. A place where we can die on our own terms.
Probably a good place.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask if you were good with it. There. So I do not have a lot of energy left in. Oh, Sid's sprites look really cool.
That's Sid's sprite.
Oh, that wasn't Sid's sprite. Okay.
The
Puppy.
Sparkle sprite is very good.
Bark, 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 bark. Okay. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna let you wrap up stream. So I will talk to you later. Thank you for having me along for this. Night.
Farewell. And wrap up stream as I said. For tuning in. Go ahead and rate us over. Yep, it's on. Seahorse. Y'all tuning in. I'll see ya next week on Friday for more Final Fantasy 16.